My boyfriend said, "I'm heading to a friend's weekend with my buddies. You can't come." I replied, "Have fun." Later that evening, his mom called me asking why I wasn't joining them on their family trip. When I sent his mom the screenshots of his guy's weekend chat that included his ex. I'm 31, and until about 3 weeks ago, I thought I was in a solid relationship with my boyfriend Michael. We'd been together for almost 2 years, talked about moving in together, even casually discussed marriage a few times. His family loved me, or so I thought, and we spent holidays together, did the whole meet the parents thing early on. Everything seemed normal, stable, good. Michael and I met through mutual friends at a concert. He worked in marketing for a tech startup. I'm in sales for an industrial supply company. Nothing glamorous, but we made it work. We'd spend weekends together, alternate whose place we stayed at, do normal couple things. I thought we were happy. About a month ago, things started feeling off. Small things at first. He'd be on his phone more than usual, smiling at texts, then quickly putting it away when I walked into the room. He started mentioning his friend group more often, specifically talking about reconnecting with old college friends he hadn't seen in years. I didn't think much of it. People reconnect. It's normal. Then 2 Fridays ago, he brought up the weekend plans. We were having dinner at his place, some pasta dish he'd made, and he casually mentioned it while pouring wine. "So, I'm going away next weekend. Just a guy's trip. Me, Andrew, Chris, and a couple others from college. We booked a cabin upstate. Should be really relaxing." "Oh, nice," I said. "When are you leaving?" "Friday morning. We'll be back Sunday evening." "Sounds fun. Want me to drive you to the place or pick you up?" He shook his head quickly. No, Andrew's driving. We're all carpooling. Plus, it's kind of a guys-only thing, you know. No girlfriends, no wives, just us. I nodded. Got it. "Well, have a good time." He smiled, kissed me on the cheek. "Thanks for understanding. Some girls would be weird about it." I didn't think I was being weird. I trusted him. Why wouldn't I? That week, he was busy getting ready. New outfits, a barber appointment, talking excitedly about the activities they'd booked. He seemed genuinely happy, and I was glad he was taking time for himself. Work had been stressing him out lately, and a weekend with friends seemed like exactly what he needed. Friday morning came. I texted him around 9 o'clock a.m. "Have an amazing weekend." "Love you," he replied an hour later. "Love you too. Talk to you Sunday." And that was it. Radio silence for the rest of Friday. I figured he was just busy settling in, enjoying himself. I spent the day catching up on work emails, hit the gym, ordered takeout, watched a game. Normal solo Friday. Then, around 7 o'clock p.m., my phone rang. Michael's mom, Linda. Linda and I had always gotten along great. She was warm, funny, the kind of mother-in-law you'd actually want. We'd had dinner at her place dozens of times. She'd even told me once that I was the best thing that ever happened to Michael. So when I saw her name on my screen, I answered immediately. "Hey, Linda, what's up?" "Hi, sweetheart." Her voice sounded confused. "I was just calling to check. Are you feeling okay? Michael said you weren't coming on the trip because you were sick." I froze. "Trip? What trip?" "The family trip. We're all up at the lake house for the weekend. Michael said you had the flu and couldn't make it. I wanted to see if you needed anything." My brain short-circuited. Family trip. Lake house. He told his mom I was sick? "Linda, I'm not sick. Michael told me he was going to a guy's weekend with his friends. He said it was guys only." Silence on the other end. "Then what?" "He said he was going to the cabin with Andrew, Chris, and some college friends. He left this morning." "Honey, he's here at the lake house with me, his dad, his sister, and..." She paused. "And Kyle. Kyle, his ex-girlfriend, the one he dated for 3 years in college before they broke up because she moved across the country for work. The one he occasionally mentioned in passing, but always insisted was ancient history." "Kyle's there?" I said slowly. "Yes. She's been staying with us for the weekend. Michael said he wanted to reconnect with her as friends, and since she's back in town temporarily, he thought it'd be nice for her to join the family trip. He told us you couldn't come because you were sick." I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. "Linda, I need to go. I'll call you back." I hung up before she could respond. Sat there on my couch, staring at my phone. Then I opened my laptop. Michael had left his iPad at my place a few weeks ago. He used it mostly for work, but we both had the same iCloud family sharing setup for apps and stuff, which meant his messages synced to the iPad. I opened the Messages app, found a group chat labeled Guys Weekend Squad, and there it was. Everything updated there. The group chat had 4 people: Michael, Andrew, Chris, and someone named Kyle with a phone number I didn't recognize. I scrolled up to the beginning of the conversation, started reading. It started 3 weeks ago. Kyle had apparently moved back to the area temporarily for a work project. He'd reached out to Michael. They'd gotten coffee, and Michael had invited her to his family's lake house weekend. But he didn't want me to know. The messages were damning. Michael, 3 weeks ago. It'll be so nice to catch up properly. Kyle, I've missed you. Michael, missed you too. Feels like old times. Michael, my mom's thrilled you're coming. She always liked you. Andrew, what are you telling your girlfriend? Michael, I'll figure something out. Probably just say it's a guy's weekend. Chris, are you sure that's a good idea? What if she finds out? Michael, she won't. She's not the jealous type. She'll be fine. I kept scrolling. More messages, plans for the weekend, inside jokes. Michael talking about how nice it was to have Kyle back in his life. Kyle saying he regretted how things ended between them. Michael responding with heart emojis. Then from 2 days ago, Kyle, can't wait to see you. It's been too long. Michael, same. This weekend is going to be perfect. I screenshotted everything. Every message, every detail. Then I called Linda back. She picked up on the first ring. Is everything okay? Linda, I need to send you something. Can you check your messages? Of course. I sent her the screenshots, all of them. Then waited, phone pressed to my ear, listening to her breathing on the other end. After about 2 minutes, she spoke. Her voice was cold in a way I'd never heard before. I need to call you back. She hung up. I sat there, heart pounding, not sure what to do next. Part of me wanted to drive up to the lake house and confront Michael in person, but another part of me knew that would be a disaster. So I waited. 20 minutes later, Linda called again. I just spoke to Michael, she said. Her voice was tight. He's leaving tonight. I told him he's not welcome here anymore this weekend. What did he say? He tried to explain, said it wasn't what it looked like, that Kyle was just a friend, that he didn't think I'd understand. Linda's voice cracked. I told him I understand perfectly. He lied to you, lied to me, and brought his ex to a family trip while telling everyone you were too sick to come. That's not a misunderstanding. That's betrayal. I'm sorry, Linda. I didn't mean to cause problems. You didn't cause anything. He did. And I'm furious with him. You've been nothing but good to him, to this family. You didn't deserve this. We talked for a few more minutes. She apologized repeatedly, said she had no idea Michael had been lying. I believed her. Linda was a good person. This wasn't on her. After we hung up, I sat in the dark for a long time. Then my phone buzzed. Text from Michael. We need to talk. I'm driving back. I'll be at your place in 2 hours. I didn't respond. Michael showed up at my apartment around 10 o'clock p.m. I heard him knock, looked through the peephole, saw him standing there with tears already streaming down his face. I opened the door but didn't let him in. Just stood in the doorway, arms crossed. Can I come in? He asked, voice shaking. No, please, I need to explain. Explain what? That you lied to me about where you were going this weekend. That you brought your ex to a family trip and told your mom I was sick. That you've been texting her for weeks behind my back. It's not like that. Then what's it like, Michael? He wiped his eyes, took a shaky breath. Kyle and I reconnected a few weeks ago, just as friends. She reached out when she moved back to town and we got coffee. It was innocent. Then my mom mentioned the lake house trip, and I thought it'd be nice for Kyle to join since she doesn't know many people here anymore. I knew you'd be weird about it, so I didn't tell you. You didn't tell me. You lied. I didn't want to hurt you, so lying was better. I wasn't cheating. Nothing happened between us. But you wanted it to. That's why you lied. That's why you brought her on a family trip. You wanted to see what it would be like to be with her again without me in the picture. He started crying harder. That's not true. Michael, I read the messages. All of them. The heart emojis, the I've missed you, the way you talked about her. You were testing the waters, seeing if maybe you made a mistake breaking up with her years ago, and you didn't want me around to complicate things. I love you, he said desperately. I love you, not her. If you love me, you wouldn't have lied. You wouldn't have spent 3 weeks planning a secret weekend with your ex. You would have been honest. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Please, can we just talk about this inside? No, I want you to leave. Are you breaking up with me? Yeah, I am. He stood there sobbing, mascara running down his face. Please don't do this. We can fix this. I'll never talk to Kyle again. I'll do whatever you want. Just don't end us like this. You already ended us when you lied to me. When you chose her over me. When you made me look like a fool in front of your family. Your mom was right to be furious. And so am I. Michael tried to argue more, but I stepped back and closed the door. Locked it. Stood there listening to him cry in the hallway for another 5 minutes before he finally left. I didn't sleep that night. Just lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying everything in my head. The next morning, Saturday, I woke up to 17 missed texts from Michael. Apologies, explanations, promises to change. I didn't read most of them. I just scrolled past and deleted his number. Around noon, Andrew called me. Andrew, one of Michael's friends from the group chat. Hey, he said when I picked up. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I told Michael this was a bad idea, but he didn't listen. You knew he was lying to you? Yeah, I knew, I said. And I should have said something, but it wasn't my place. Did anything happen between him and Kyle? Andrew hesitated. Not that I know of. But the way they were together, it was like old times. Lots of nostalgia, lots of remember when, lots of inside jokes. Your name barely came up. It was like you didn't exist. That hurt more than I expected, I said. Thanks for telling me. For what it's worth, I think you're better off. Michael's been stuck on Kyle for years. He never fully moved on. You deserve someone who's all in. We hung up. I sat there processing, feeling the weight of everything, but also a strange relief. Then my phone rang again. This time it was Michael's dad, Robert. Jennifer, I just wanted to reach out, he said. His voice was kind but serious. Linda told me everything. I'm disappointed in Michael. What he did wasn't right. You've been good to him, good to our family. I hope you know we don't condone his behavior. I appreciate that, Robert, I said. If you ever need anything, you call me. You're still family to us, even if things with Michael didn't work out. That almost broke me. I thanked him, hung up, and finally let myself cry. Not because I was devastated, but because I was relieved. Relieved that I'd found out now, instead of a year from now. Relieved that Michael's family saw through his lies. Relieved that I wasn't crazy for feeling betrayed. It's been 3 weeks since everything blew up. Michael tried to contact me a few more times in the days after. Texts, calls, even showed up at my apartment once. I didn't engage. Eventually, he stopped. Through mutual friends, I heard that he and Kyle tried dating again. It lasted about a week before she realized he was using her to avoid dealing with the guilt of what he'd done to me. She ended things and moved back across the country for her job. Michael's apparently been a mess since then, according to Andrew. But I don't have any sympathy left for him. Linda and Robert invited me to dinner last week. Just the 3 of us. We talked about what happened, and they apologized again. I told them it wasn't their fault. We're staying in touch. They're good people, and I'm glad I don't have to lose them just because Michael and I are done. As for me, I'm doing okay. I've been focusing on work, hanging out with friends, going to the gym. I'm not ready to date yet, but I'm getting there. I've learned a lot from this. I've learned that trust is everything, and once it's broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. I've learned that people will lie to your face and justify it by saying they didn't want to hurt you, when really, they just didn't want to face the consequences. I've learned that sometimes the people you think you know best are the ones hiding the most. Michael taught me what I don't want in a partner. Someone who lies, someone who keeps one foot out the door, someone who prioritizes their ex over their current relationship. I deserve better than that, and now I'm free to find it. A lot of people are asking if Kyle knew Michael was still with me when they reconnected. According to Andrew, Michael told her we were on the rocks and probably breaking up soon. So she thought she was just reconnecting with a single ex, not helping him cheat. Still doesn't excuse Michael's behavior, but at least Kyle wasn't knowingly being a homewrecker. For those saying I should have confronted Michael at the lake house, maybe. But honestly, I'm glad I didn't. It would have been a scene embarrassing for everyone, and I would have looked like the crazy, jealous girlfriend. Sending the screenshots to Linda and letting Michael's own family hold him accountable felt more satisfying than anything I could have said or done. I'm rebuilding myself now, piece by piece, day by day, and that's enough for me.